Hey everyone, welcome back to the Little Shop of Hoarders and a PDX Picker channel. I am Chris. We have got some orders that have sold for me on eBay, and I want to talk about my February results, my sales results, because the numbers were a big surprise for me, and I can't wait to talk about it. So stick around after the intro song. We'll talk about those orders, talk about my February sales, talk about a bunch of other stuff that's going on in my reseller world. Stick around.
Wanna buy that Farrah Fawcett poster? Pez dispensers and a toaster. Don't know why. That kind of stuff you throw away. I'll sell on eBay.
All right, so we have, I don't know, about 7 eBay orders that I'm going to pull a little bit later in the video. I'm also going to go over some of the things that I picked up at my favorite church rummage sale. Shale, I always have that problem. That happened this morning. Things didn't go exactly as planned. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But right away, I want to talk about my February results after I pull 2 orders. First order, I just picked these up and they sold super fast, which I was a little bit surprised by. I guess it just happens to be a good size. Now I just have to remember where I put them. Looks like they were, no, that's let's head back to the phone. What box is it in? Box 32. Could have sworn I was looking in box 32. But I picked these up at, I want to say, pretty sure it was Goodwill. Yeah, picked these up at Goodwill. They were originally $25, but they made it to 50% off, so they're $12.49. They are a pair of Carhartt fire-resistant coveralls, size 34, which feels a little on the small side to me. Here they are right here. Nice, good condition, no major stains, rips, and those sold really fast for $49.99. The sell-through rate on them is pretty good. It was probably 60 to 75%. I did not underprice them. I priced them right at a solid selling price. Not too high, definitely not too low. But for whatever reason, they sold in less than a week. So I will not complain at all about that one. On the flip side, this next item took, I don't know, a year to sell. Pretty close to that. It is a Walkman, Sony Walkman, that I picked up for $3.99. Probably, I'm pretty sure it was at Goodwill or maybe at my at some sort of thrift store. This is a nice model of the Sony Walkman. It's the WMF 2015. Problem with this one is it doesn't work. So this was sold for parts only, and usually the parts only sell pretty quickly. But I think the issue with this one is it doesn't turn on at all. It's not that it won't play. I have another one that won't play, and I need to change the O-ring on it, the belt, I should say. If I can do that, it'll probably sell for, I don't know. Last time I checked, it was maybe $75, maybe more. Anyway, this sold for $18 and some cents free shipping. $18.61 free shipping. It ended up in, I think, my 25% off sale. So anyway, you can still sell these even if they don't work. So if you buy them for $4 or less, it can still be worth it. All right, February results. It's a short month. There's only 28 days, four weeks. It's soon after Christmas. It doesn't scream to me as being a potential for a really good selling month. Last year in February, I did okay, but not great. Now, just for those of you that might be new to my channel and even some long-term viewers, a quick reminder, I'm a part-time reseller. I do this about 15 hours a week. That's about 10 hours of listing and shipping and about 5 hours of sourcing. This week I only am going to do about maybe 2 hours of sourcing or 3, so that number will be closer to 13 hours this week. In that time last year, I think I did $55,000 of sales. So, I typically normally do right around that $4,000 a month figure. Some months, of course, are better than others. Last year, February 2024, I did $3,936.02 in sales. I am trending upward, so I expected to do at least that, maybe a little bit better. My January 2025 compared to my January 2024 was actually very flat though, very similar. So I was expecting to do better, but super surprised by the sales. Here are the results. I use my Reseller Genie. I love it. It is great for tracking all of my business expenses and my sales. I love this dashboard here. It just gives you a quick overview, a quick visual overview of how your business is doing. Right here, February 2025. I hope that comes through clear. By the way, today is February 28th, so there's still a few things that might sell later tonight. But $6,446.70 for sales this year. So we are over 50% higher than last year. So that is super great. That's actually a record month for me. My previous record was November of 2024, $6,152.37. So I have blown that out of the water by almost $300. So I'm pumped. I am super excited. The month started off extremely well for me. I had some good indicators throughout the month that it was going to be a great month. Like I said, prior to February, I just thought it was going to be an okay month. But during the month, I started out with I think $2,000 in sales in like the first 6 days or something like that. So I was really, it wasn't quite that much, but I came out of the gate in February with some really good results, and it slowed down a bit the last weekish 10 days based off of that pace, but the results speak for themselves. Another record month for me. If I can continue, if I was able to do this 10 to 15 hours a week, making $6,500 in gross sales. That's on eBay and Poshmark and every once in a blue moon on Mercari. I would feel really good about this. I know there are people that do a lot better than that, but I feel very comfortable about the amount of effort that I'm putting in, the amount of time I'm putting in, and the results that I am getting. If you're interested in results like these and you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing right now so you can see over time what kinds of things I source, how I run my business, get some little tips and tricks that will help you along the way. If you're blowing me out of the water and you're laughing at my results, good. I'm happy for you because you obviously are a rock star, and I should probably take some tips for you. So maybe comment below. Let me know what you're doing and how you're getting so successful. I am in the Pacific Northwest in Portland, Oregon, that area. We have some sourcing struggles that are probably similar to a lot of you out there. Thrift stores in general can be really, really expensive, especially Goodwill. There are some diamonds in the rough out there, maybe some instances where they priced things incorrectly or missed an item or missed the value of the item, so they just priced it too low. Maybe it ended up in a sale, 50% off sale after so often a period of time. There are some independent thrift stores that also price some of them terribly, some of them better than others, but it's definitely difficult at times. And the reason why I bring up thrift stores is for about 6 months of the year, we have little to no garage sales. The weather just does not allow it. Too wet, too cold. So we're forced to do a lot of sourcing via thrift stores and the like. Estate sales every now and then, although those are usually very expensive. And then the occasional rummage sale, which is what I attended or tried to go to this morning. This is a church rummage sale that's right down the road from me. I've gone there. I think this is my third year. Going there, and I've had a lot of success. Normally, I get there at 9 a.m. right when it opens. I'm usually about anywhere between 15 and 25th in line, somewhere around there. This morning, I wasn't able to get there until much later. I had a physical therapy appointment way on the other side of town and another commitment that right around 9:15, so I wasn't able to get there until about 11 o'clock. I'm kind of glad, though, because they were saying that when they opened at 9 o'clock, they had a line of 126 people, and they don't restrict people from going in. So it would have been a madhouse in there. It's kind of a small room. It's extremely hot in there. I've almost passed out in the past because it is so hot, and then with all the people, I think it would have been extremely uncomfortable, and maybe successful, maybe not, I don't know. But I did find some good things even when I went there later in the day. Nowhere near the volume that I've had in the past, but I think I found some pretty good stuff, even though it was 2 hours after they opened, and they had hundreds of people go through there before me. Figure I'd show you a couple of the better items I found. I think there's some good ones to be on the lookout for. I'll start with this. This one was new to me. It's a game called Bandu, very similar to Jenga, but it's instead of all the same shape block, it's different shapes. You're supposed to stack them up like that. It is, I paid $5 for this. Really, really good sell-through rate. I think this is from the early 90s. About 75 to 100% sell-through rate, if I remember correctly, and at least $30. That's what I expect to get it. Maybe a little bit less because this box is a little up, but anyway, minimum 25, maybe as high as $35. So Bandu, really good game to be on the lookout for. There are some good board games, and the other really nice thing about this is it's relatively small. A lot of board games are annoying to ship. This one should not be. The donations that this church gets for this rummage sale, there must be somebody that loves LL Bean, because every year they usually have a lot of LL Bean items that are donated. This year, I didn't find any until I hunted down below underneath like these long coats, and I think somebody had maybe hidden a few clothing items to go back and get later. Maybe they didn't have enough money. I don't know. It was weird, but nonetheless, there was nobody around, and I just found a couple of items of clothing, one of which is this LL Bean vest, sweater vest here. It's not, I mean, it's made in China. I paid $4 for it. It's not a home run, but I could probably sell that for 20 to 25 tops. I don't know, probably safely $20 to $25. It's a women's merino wool. So actually I didn't realize that. It's a merino wool, so maybe a little bit more, $30, but probably comfortably 25. As you can tell, I did not comp that when I was there or since. I just noticed it and knew it was going to be a good one. I just looked for any flaws in it, holes, tears, snags, things like that. Found a Centec digital postal scale, up to 70-pound capacity. Paid $2 for it. This actually can sell for 25 or $30. I might keep it for myself. The scale that I use is much smaller. It does say max of 90 pounds. I don't know. I'm going to compare the two. I don't like how small this one is, and this one is more sturdy, a little bit bigger. Anyway, probably won't sell that one for $30. There's a lot of things lately that I've contemplated keeping for myself, but if I can sell it for $30 or more, I usually sell it. Based off of the current listings and sold comps on this, chances are you probably aren't going to find one of these out and about because they're somewhat rare. There's only one that's currently listed, 6 have sold. It's this box right here, looks like that, and it's full of these little green and white and red balls. What these are is like a chemistry model kit from a company called Hamilton Bell. So you put these balls together with these springy looking things, and you make models of molecules. This it's definitely old, but I paid $1 for this and this organic chemistry like flashcard type of thing. I don't think this has any value, but this can sell for probably anywhere from $15 to $30, just depending on, I guess, the size of it. I don't know exactly how big this is, but it does almost appear to be brand new, which may have some effect on the value. I don't know. But anyway, for $1, it was definitely worth picking up. It also wouldn't be one of my visits to this church rummage sale without finding a creepy doll. Although this doll is not that creepy. A couple years ago, I found 4 or 5 of the like realistic baby dolls that sell for multiple hundreds of dollars each new. Paid $5 each for those, and eventually sold them for probably around $400 or so. This one is a Panosh Place. Panosh Place Honeycombs doll from the mid-80s, 1985, I think. I only paid $3 for this. It's not the original outfit. I think that's pretty obvious because it's huge. Some of these are pretty valuable. I don't know about this one. It will probably sit for a while. I was looking to see if there's any sort of a mark on here. Something back there. It'll probably sit for a while, but I think I can get it's relatively high, maybe $30 or more for this. Just kind of depends on the condition of the hair, but man, that to me that's like that's a great 80s hairstyle on that doll. Got the beads hanging down from the, I guess, headband. Just pretty screaming 80s right there. Nice neon heart earring. The downside to this one, and maybe I'm only going to be able to sell her for 15 or 20, is she doesn't have any of her clothes, or any of her original clothes. The sell-through rate isn't great on it anyway, and it's just harder for me to turn down 80s toys in good condition like this. The last thing I bought, I haven't looked into this at all. It might not have any value. It is also creepy. It's a gas mask of some sort. I couldn't find any markings on it. I think it's military. There is this on here, which, if I'm not mistaken, points out to when it was manufactured from a military perspective. But I could be wrong. I could be very wrong on that. Maybe this is the mark right here. So there's an M and some sort of a SW right there. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Well, apparently this is a German gas mask from the 1960s, and I don't know if it'll sell. There's a bunch listed for $50 or more, or at least $40. Not very many have sold. It's in okay condition. I might try and sell it for like $25. Maybe that will make it go quicker because I only paid $3 for it. There are a few more items that I bought. A couple of clothing items. I got this belt, a Nike belt, for $3. But that is it. I got some Asics shoes for $4 that are in okay condition. Some Carhartt shorts and this North Face sweater. So I paid $30 for all of it. The Bandu game alone should make my money back, and everything else will be profit. Like I said in the past, I have come away with sometimes 3+ IKEA bags full of good inventory, and clearly nowhere near that this year. So that was the bummer about going later on in the day at 11 o'clock. They do also do it again next weekend. I have gone on the second weekend in the past. They always say, please come back because we restock with new stuff. And they do put out a few things, but it's not anywhere near like the first day. But I'll still give it a go because what else am I going to do, right? There's no other sales going on at this time of the year. Had a pair of Nike Air Max sell. One of my favorite models, the Air Max. These are close to the Air Max 90s. I think I paid $6.99 for these. Yeah, I paid $6.99 for these. These are the Air Max Black. Air Max Ivo Black. IVO. Get you a nice good look at them. Those sold for $34.99 plus shipping. Some condition issues on the back here couldn't get some of that discoloration off. The rest of them turned out pretty nice. So $7.35 very quickly, maybe 2 weeks. So that was nice. Just got some good news. My oldest son got an internship for a local baseball company called the Portland Pickles baseball team. He wants to be in sports broadcasting and that sort of thing, so he applied for that, and it's an unpaid internship, but it's some really nice experience with a semi-professional baseball organization, so that's awesome. So congrats, Aiden. Good job for getting that job with the Portland Pickles, one of the best mascots that are out there. Look them up. Pretty funny. I'm in the middle of a couple of order issues. One is just a return because somebody bought some shoes and they didn't fit, which is always a bit of a frustrating occurrence. But my return rate is actually, it's pretty low. I'd say maybe 3% at the most. They were a new pair of shoes, new without the box, so it'll be interesting. I'm always nervous when somebody buys a new pair of shoes that they're going to wear them around and then decide to return them because they didn't fit or whatever reason. I'm hoping that this person just tried them on and realized they didn't fit and then sent them right back. I haven't got the mail yet though, so I don't know. The other issue is a little bit more complicated, a little more I don't know exactly how to handle this one. It was a repeat buyer of some of my Bona wood oil, and the issue is that the package is delayed by the post office. It's, as of right now, kind of lost somewhere along the way. It hasn't been delivered yet. And the buyer is, I would imagine, some sort of floor resurfacing business contractor that is redoing some floors for a customer, because they messaged and said they basically told the customer they would be done by yesterday, but without having the wood oil arrive, they can't clearly finish the job. So they're on the, or getting some pressure from their customer. So they reached out to me, opened up a case, and there's only so much I can do. So one of the things I tried to do is go to USPS.com, request some help, do a missing mail search. Neither of those features, there's two different things you can do. You can ask for a help request to be open, or a help case to be open, and then a missing mail search case to be open. Neither of those options are working for me today. When I go to do the help request, I go through the whole process, fill out all the details about the package, and at the end it says, there's been an issue with your request and it has not been completed. So then I thought, well, I'll just do the missing mail search. Well, I go to try and access the website, and it doesn't load. It times out. It is very frustrating. I almost feel like it's done on purpose, because the post office is basically trying to. I feel like the higher ups at the post office are trying to put the whole thing out of business. That's honestly my opinion. It's like a Doge related thing would be my guess. And anyway, it's frustrating because at some point, I messaged the buyer, let them know that I'm doing this, but I'm either going to have to, I think, refund the buyer or whatever the other option is, but I'm probably going to be out $336 plus shipping on these Bona wood oils, just because the post office lost it. Of course, I didn't pay for the extra. I didn't pay for insurance above $100, because if it gets damaged, it gets damaged. But apparently I should have, because if they just lose the package altogether, I could have got $336 instead of putting in an insurance claim to get only $100. So keep you apprised of that one. But two relatively expensive issues going on right now with returns and cases opened up. So fingers crossed, because that'll be not very fun to lose out on that revenue. Sold this. This is my second training basketball that I've sold. This is a Spalding TF trainer. Paid $6.99 for this. This is a weighted basketball. I think it weighs probably, 2 pounds more than what a normal basketball weighs. And that sold for $24.99 plus shipping. That one also sold quickly, but it took about 6+ weeks or so. Most of my sales lately most of the things I source lately are selling relatively quickly. There's some busts every now and then. This was definitely not a bust. This was a very quick sale. I think it sold in 3 days, maybe. This right here is a Salad Master food processor. You can see it says it on the side. My favorite thrift store must not know about Salad Master, or whoever was pricing this didn't know about it. Salad Master, for sure, a Bolo brand. Just funny to me that the name Salad Master just sounds so generic. It sounds like something that's made for TV. But it's very high quality and very valuable for resale items. This is a hand crank food processor. I'm not going to take everything out of the box, but there are these blade things, attachments that you can put on the hand crank tool, and people love these things. So that sold for, like I said, in 3 days. Bought it for $7.99. Sold for $84.99 plus shipping. Super fast. Should be very easy to ship because it's already boxed. But yeah, if you didn't know, Salad Master, they make quite a few other products I don't really know, because I hardly ever come across. Well, I may have come across them in the past and just said, "Oh, Salad Master. Why would I even look that up?" But this is the first one that I've knowingly come across, and would love to come across more. But if you don't know, now you know. Be on the lookout. Salad Master. We're gonna end the day with a couple of small sales. one is super small, but it's also just an example of making lemons out of lemonade. Well, I wouldn't even call it that. In my buy where I bought the radio and TV repair case that had all sorts of other goodies in there that were super valuable, and I've just basically 20x to my money on that, if not more. There was also a bag. There was a Ziploc bag of these old, I think they're called 30-pin Apple chargers, like iPhone chargers or iPod chargers. They were not Apple branded, which definitely hurt a little bit, but I think there was 10 of them, 9 of them, and I sold this one for I think $7.29 free shipping. $7.59 free shipping. It'll cost me $4 to ship the item, so I'll make about $2 per cord. It's this multi-quantity listing. Throw it in the corner. Might take me 6 months to sell them all, or a year, but it takes up no space. Super easy. And like I said, kind of making lemonade out of lemons, because I could have just recycled these or threw them away, but why not? Last sale, another real quick one. This one, I think this is the first one to sell in maybe 3 weeks. So it'll probably be more on the year-long side. And I normally sell these, have these listed for $7.99, but I sent a 5% offer and somebody accepted it. This, I bought a few old Victorinox Swiss Army knives from an estate sale. And this was a cool one. It's from it's like an advertising one from a company called Mueller Martini, which I believe is some sort of industrial company. It's not a bar or drink or anything like that, like the Martini might imply. But anyway, that sold, like, paid $5 for this, and that sold super fast for $18.99 plus shipping. So this is one of the better ones. I have 3 others listed. One I mistakenly bought. Maybe I'll be able to sell it for $6 or $10. The condition just wasn't very good, but this first sale almost makes all of my money back, which is nice. And I mean, come on, super easy to ship. Well, tonight, my wife and I are going to a comedy show. Craig Robinson, who played Daryl on The Office, and he's been in all sorts of other great things along the way, great shows and movies. He's going to be at our local comedy club doing a comedy show, so we're really excited about that. But that means I have to box these up really quick, get them over to the post office. Still have to do my 5 listings, so I got quite a bit of work to do before I can do and have some fun and go to the show. But that's going to do it for today's video, so thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my PDX Posse members. Really appreciate your support, and if you want to consider supporting the channel, click that join button below. For those of you that may have liked this video, please like it below, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you aren't already. Good luck with all of your reselling ventures out there. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.